My advice to you, start drinking heavily. Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe? Come on, you douchebags, we're all on the same team!
Are you a good kisser? You like smooching?
No!
Shut the fuck up, man.
Standalone fruit.
We look like assholes right now, man.
Mark found him naked in the bathtub, passed out with water flowing all over him.
This country is going straight to hell.
Did you hear this broad?
God damn it!
This is going great.
Liar!
No way, Corky.
And I'm gonna kick the living shit out of you, and I'm gonna knock your dick in the dirt.
Fucking fascist!
Sounds like pig's fucking.
Ridiculous.
You're a small petty man.
It will be 9/11 times 2,356.
Are you trying to drive me crazy? What the fuck happened?
I'm producing a show.
Myself All right. Episode 109 of Pretend Radio. We're actually getting this shit going again.
Woo!
Woo! That was Stayne Thee Angel with Sleep. And the bearded hunk has returned. His triumphant return.
He has risen.
Oh, how are you, man?
I'm fucking great, man. How you doing?
I'm good.
Like we haven't been talking for the last hour and a half.
Yeah. It's like, sorry, well, what's new?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. Let's talk about
all that shit that we were just talking about.
Well, let's recreate it.
Right.
But I guess since we opened up the show with this song, let's dive into that, because I think last time you were here, Stayne Thee Angel was kind of on a hiatus, or you guys didn't know what exactly.
Yeah, we were kind of done, I think. We had all kind of gotten to a point in our lives where, families and career and school and stuff were, starting to take a step, and that was like the mature, responsible thing to do is, oh, well, you can't be a band anymore, and then...
Which, first of all, that sentence should never come out of anyone's mouth. It was like, we can't be a band anymore because
right.
we have responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
No, you...
Right. Every practice is a dick joke. I mean, it's just like, in a 2-hour practice, hour and a half of dick jokes and 30 minutes of, well, why don't you put a minor in there and then,
okay. This isn't Law and Order SVU, okay? I don't know what you guys do at band practice.
Right.
What we do, we get drunk as shit.
Yeah. Well.
And hopefully we make a song, and if we do, hopefully we remember how to play it next time.
Right.
There's been a couple of times at shows, especially, you get there at like 8, or like you're playing like a party or something, and by like the time, it's like 1 o'clock when you finally go on stage, and we're just like looking at the set list. I looked at our guitar player, and it's just like, I don't remember how to play this song. He's like, nor do I. Skip it. I'm like, no one fucking knows.
Yeah.
They don't know our set list.
Yeah.
Oh,
no one's gonna know that we totally played the wrong song.
It's like,
the wrong lyrics.
Yeah, sorry we didn't play Drunk Armageddon. I'm sure you guys really were craving that one.
Really? Because that sounded just like Raining Beer.
It's like, don't you worry about that.
We just changed the chorus. It's fine.
Yeah, just slightly different words.
Yeah.
So you guys, like, shit happens. People have.
Yeah, and our guitarist George drunkenly texted us one night.
Yeah,
was
I
like,
hate you all.
Hey, I think we should all fucking. I didn't want to quit, and like it took the four of us, like legitimately. That was, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, we're not doing anything.
Yeah, so you were originally on bass, and now you moved over to guitar.
Yeah, that was one of my demands.
Did you not want to?
Yeah,
because I've always known you as a bassist. I mean,
right? Yeah. Like if I love playing the bass. Don't get me wrong, but like we were just saying,
you look in that corner and you apologize.
I'm sorry, Pink Beautiful. I'm sorry. And we were talking before, and if it was up to me, it'd be 3 chords, and just as fast as humanly possible and loud as obnoxiously possible. And if I'm not playing punk rock, I'm gonna play guitar.
Dead.
Yeah. So, and if you couldn't tell, I was a little more radio rock than I think. Any of your listeners are used to.
It's it was definitely well produced. Like, where would you guys record that at?
I think it was like A1A Studios or something. It was around here. It's up the road in Jack's Beach. Paul Lipinski.
Okay, yeah. I've heard of them. But it sounded like, I was like, damn, it's like legit.
Yeah. Darren shelled out a lot of money for that. I didn't pay for it because fuck that.
He was like, I'll show up. I might be drunk.
Yeah.
And I will be drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty much it. Like I showed up to do my parts, and then everything else was I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah, this is gonna be a shout out to Big Jim of Beer 30 Studios, but the first time we recorded Surviving Shitfaced, we were shit-faced.
Shit-faced, yeah.
And he had so much patience with us, but eventually he's just like, can you guys not like just take it down a notch?
Yeah.
But really wasted us.
We have to do this hammered.
And he's like, yes, but this is my time.
Right, yeah. There was we record one of the bands I was in, Further From, this was way back. Oh, we recorded at I don't even remember the name of it, but it was in Orange Park, and
Pekka Studios.
Dicks. And our drummer finished his parts after like 6 hours. You know how drummers always are; they take fucking forever. And so we're going through.
I will just a quick interjection. There's nothing funnier, and I'm a fairly patient person. I think you're too.
I can be
to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But when you're just listening to an audio track of the drums, and it's like, especially punk rock, like, and like, that sounds pretty good, and you're like,
yeah.
Nah.
And it just keeps rewinding it for like a 4-second clip where it's
I don't know what that hi-hat was. It's
that
like
sounded like a quarter of a millisecond off.
It's like I can do it better.
Do it again,
guys. Get the guitars back on.
No.
Because you'll do like a live scratch track,
right?
For the drums, or at least that's how we did it. Because
that's how I've always done it. Yeah.
Well, especially like for like punk rock, it'd be like impossible. Like you're just gonna like play that,
right? Yeah.
And it's like, because basically we're a system of nods and head shakes. Like,
yeah.
All right, here's the chorus. Now,
right.
Change.
Yeah.
Or it's just like we're constantly like everyone's looking at each other. It's just like, all right, we're still
right. Yeah.
Like we're still doing this, right?
Yeah. It's a series of numbers like 3-5-1, 3-5-1, head nod, 5-3-5,
pause, head nod,
right, and plie.
Yeah.
But our drummer finished his parts, and we went on to doing everything else. And he decided, hey, you know what would be really great to do right now is drink as much Captain Morgan as humanly fucking possible.
My advice to you, start drinking heavily.
He took that advice to heart. He got so shithoused, he ended up passing out on the couch in the back of the recording room and just fucking snoring. And there was still like 3 hours left of the session.
Was the engineer just like, what is going on
He's
here?
the coolest fucking guy. He just looked at him and he was like, shut the fuck up, man. Just shut the fuck up.
Well, then again, I feel like if you're in that kind of profession, like if you deal with musicians, like we are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Like we're
either pompous assholes,
yeah, or just total,
or we're just fucking absolutely retarded,
inept morons. Right. Like somehow we figured out how to do this,
yeah,
and
it's
not a whole lot more,
and it's fun, yeah.
It's like,
what do you think about putting a pentatonic scale there? I would have an opinion, but I don't know what that is.
It's like, I respect your opinion, but what if we added a couple more fuck yous to the chorus?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of where I'm at right now.
You know what I was thinking for the chorus is that we just all shout, we're grabbing pussies, we're grabbing pussies, we're grabbing pussies, yeah.
It's like,
because the song is called Pussy Grabber.
Mr. Banana Hands. Was like Arrested Development, Mr. Banana Grabber.
I never watched that show, man. I never got into it.
It's so good, but I just love it. Mr. Banana Grabber.
Like literally every band I've ever been in is just one highlight of recording somehow after another. Like I was on the phone with a buddy of mine yesterday I was in a band with, and he was like, how the fuck? I was listening to our music, and how did any of this come together?
I wonder that all the time. Like,
yeah.
Because
very patient engineers.
Like, we have a third album coming out. Like, it's another shout out to Big Jim, because he's out in Oregon. He moved there, but he's mixing it,
Oh, cool.
At his place, but we recorded it in Jack's Beach. I was just like,
I just punched the microphone. I'm sorry.
damn, just like your wife. But I really do wonder. It's like, how did any of this get done? Like, how did
Right, yeah.
how did we get 3 albums and like a vinyl split?
Right, yeah.
Like, I don't know how we accomplished anything because we're so dumb.
Right, yeah.
We
Well,
are
the guy-
so dumb.
The guy that I was talking to yesterday, we only recorded 2 songs. Like, it was supposed to be 3 or 4, but we didn't write that many.
I was like, but we didn't really do the work.
Right, yeah. And he actually ended up wasting, I think, 2 or 3 hours on his vocals because he was so drunk he couldn't form the words right at all.
I'm familiar with that with that problem.
Like,
That happens.
It took me, his wife, and the engineer talking to him for about 20 minutes saying, hey man, you're just burning through our money right now. Like, we're paying for this. Why don't you we'll just come back in the morning. We can do this. No, I got it.
I got this.
And so he shows back up at my house the next morning.
I think it's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, that was him. So he shows back up at my house that next morning because we were recording at a place that was right around the corner. And he was hungover. He was just absolutely felt like dog shit. And he throws me a pad of paper and he's like, dude, I don't remember anything that we did yesterday. Can you rewrite this song for me? I was like, yeah, sure. And
Stop whining.
Yeah, and 10 minutes later, there was a song.
But it's funny how that happens because, a lot of times you'll go to band practice or the studio
Right.
with, like, an idea to, like, hey, guys, look what I did. And then, like, you kind of play around with it.
Right.
But it usually just, like, at least for us, and
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of other bands are like this, like, we'll just be in, like, the band room, just kind of dicking around. Everyone's like, we're not like going through the set list, but someone will be like, "Whoa, what'd you just play there?"
Yeah.
Or then you just go from there instead of just like, "All right, so it's gonna be pause, head nod, 1, then 3,
Yeah.
then 5." I was like, "No, we'll just play that loop for a while and
Right.
figure out a chorus."
Yeah. Yeah.
But I remember the first couple times, like, we actually went to, like, a studio.
Yeah. Like a studio.
Like, we had
you're big
no
time.
idea what the fuck we were doing.
Right, yeah.
And some of these people, they must have had so much patience
Oh, God, yeah.
with us. Just because,
I
like,
always love talking to the guys, like, to the engineers and stuff that we record with. Like, Paul Lipinski was telling you we recorded with him. And he actually, when I worked with him before, like way back when I was wearing an East Coast Punks t-shirt. It was a band that I was in a long time ago, and he was like, which one of you was in ECP? I was like, that was me. It's like, Dad, I worked sound for one of your shows way back in like 2001, and your band was fucking awful, but your energy was incredible. I was like, that's all I wanted.
it's like, thanks.
That's the best compliment ever.
Or,
But I just love talking to guys and being like, what's the worst fucking band that you have ever recorded?
the Oasis. Hands
Ever.
down.
And one guy was like, the Oasis. There's this bass player and he's a total fucking asshole. I hope he's dead. Oh, I have bad news for you, sir.
Oh.
He has a podcast and they're working on their 3rd album.
It's like, what? This whole DIY thing is just ruining music.
Right, yeah.
There used to be integrity. or like even like talking to like sound guys, because I know when we first started playing shows, oh my god, I can't imagine just like the headache. Not like we were like demanding or anything, but
Right.
like it was just like, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Kind of thing is like,
It is kind
like,
of a big deal.
Actually,
like, this is
you
my life.
have 23 minutes left of your set, so if you wouldn't mind getting on the stage,
Yeah.
I don't really give a shit either way.
Yeah, I'm getting paid.
But this is your time.
Yeah.
I know you brought 2 people here, so good for you.
Yeah. I know it's your girlfriend and your mom.
Yeah.
Mom, I hate you.
I would have brought Cam, but she died. Why did you bring that up? Piece of shit.
Yeah. Like all the first batch of shows, like for a long time, probably like 3 or 4 years, I was like, fuck a tuner. I don't need that. Fuck it. Turn my distortion down. Kiss my ass. I'm not turning shit down.
It's like, I need more bass in the monitors. The bass doesn't come through the monitors. I don't know. I need it.
Can the drummer turn up? No? Alright, well, fuck it. I don't need it anyway.
I don't even know where the sound booth is.
He needs to work. He needs to follow me, not the other way around.
It's like, well, I'm glad you guys are drinking in the parking lot, not even purchasing alcohol here.
Yeah, which is that's a Jackrabbit staple right there.
The first time we ever played Jackrabbits, it was December. And for some reason, someone thought it was a good idea to light some beer boxes on fire and have a little hobo fire. And the sound guy,
I mean, yeah.
he was I can't remember his name. He was cool as shit. But he's walked outside and he didn't give a shit. Like, we're like drinking,
Right, yeah.
all that. But he's like, looks over at like this little hobo fire and he's just like, are you guys fucking kidding me? And I was just like, he was like, you know there are like houses right behind you.
Yeah.
I was like, we're a business.
Right, yeah.
This does not look
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You cannot just have a fire.
Yeah. You can't just have some random fire
Yeah.
in the parking lot out back.
And it's like, what do you mean we can't just... When you say we can't have a fire, what exactly does
When
that
you
mean?
say can't, you mean can?
Not with that attitude.
We're doers.
Oh, holy shit.
First time I played Jackrabbits was, I don't know if you ever been there before they took out the back room, because there used to be a back room there, like where the stage is now. There used to be like a wall that ran parallel with where the bar is,
I don't think I was ever back
and that
there.
was like a backstage ish area.
The green room.
Right, yeah. And the stage was actually on the left hand side as you're walking in. And that was the first time that I ever played there. I was like, this place is fucking awesome. This is great. Awesome. And then they tore it out, and I was like, well, this place is still pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Still underage drinking? Yes, this place is great.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty much...
I think that's like the punk scene in Jacksonville period. Like, underage drinking? Yes.
I will say...
Absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about worst venues you've ever played. Because I have no problem listing some names.
All right.
Mostly one. I will say Harmonious Monks. That was the shittiest fucking venue I've ever played.
I did not have the pleasure of playing there. Like, I think we were going to, and it closed before we ever got the opportunity. Like, I don't. I remember when it was Chicago Pizza, and I was thinking, this place would be a great venue. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't.
It was,
and I guess the guy that ran the place was like, had the same thought, except not the second part.
It was like he was almost trying to be like Freebird, but like it was like this weird like warehouse type restaurant.
Yeah,
and then like
that's the vibe I got from it. Like,
yeah, and like the stage, I don't like being on a huge ass stage. Like,
I love it.
You know, like give me like a little lip. You know, like the harbor,
right? Yeah.
You know, just like it's because it's a punk rock show. Like,
yeah,
you know, I don't need to be 50 feet in the goddamn air with
right,
like
yeah.
a barricade,
yeah.
in front of me, and you know, people are standing like 30 feet away.
Right. Yeah. Back behind the barricade.
Like the sound was decent.
Right.
I always have trouble hearing our guitar player. I don't know if that's ever happened with you. Like,
yeah,
like we kind of just like look at each other just to make sure we're.
Yeah, I've always found that the best sound guys are the ones that could get the mix right, and they're few and far between. Like, I mean, everything else is garbage to me. Like, I don't.
It sounds like it's an easy thing, but it's not.
Yeah,
especially depending on the size of the band,
right?
How many moving parts there are, but to get a really good mix, especially live, where anyone could be fucking with their their guitar, turning up the volume, anything. It's just like,
hey, this is a great time for me to change my strings. No, it's not.
It's like,
no, the fuck, it's not.
And it's like, so I'm probably gonna change them.
Mm-hmm.
We might do a little interlude or intermission kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting back to Harmonious, the sound guy was cool, so I'm not gonna shit on him. But they had we were playing with Agent Orange, and they're touring that in the Whale.
Yeah.
And Agent Orange at the beach. It was a pretty big show.
Yeah.
2 bartenders.
No.
And they were not nice.
That's unacceptable.
I literally waited 45 minutes just to pay my bill.
That's when you go outside and just start drinking your beer. Fuck that. No, I'm not doing that.
Well, I would have, but it's Jack's Beach on a Friday night, so there was literally a cop every...
yeah, that's the problem.
Because I believe it's right across the street from the Ritz, and that's just a shit show.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go anywhere near there.
Yeah, you've been there, right?
No, I've seen it.
Okay,
I've seen it, and I instantly got this vibe of, you don't want to come in here. It's douchebag central. Bro. It's a bro down.
Any bar where there has to be 3 cops in the parking lot?
No,
I do not want to.
There's absolutely no. I don't want to be any part of that.
No, I want to go to a bar where a cop isn't even thinking about going there.
Because the cops aren't just there because, hey, we're going to make sure that everybody is safe. No, the cops are there because there's a shit ton of people who like to do dumb shit.
Oh, yeah. You get...
And I'm fine with dumb shit as long as you do your dumb shit.
What do you think we're doing right now?
Right, yeah.
This is dumb shit.
But there's not 3 cops here. I sent them away. I'm big time.
Where is there? He's like, let's watch him just bust through the window. Get down!
Chicken is in the hen house. What?
I've only been driving for an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Did you ever play the Atlantic?
The Atlantic. Gainesville?
No, in Jack's Beach. It was across the street from what used to be Finn McCool's.
No, we played. Wait. Was that part of Ocean Club?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what the hell you just did, but that was loud and frightening. Oh, okay, there you go.
Yes. That's only for you and me. Everyone.
That place was.
We played. The Atlantic was the side room.
Yeah, with the stage that was half the size of this room.
Yeah, we actually did play there.
That was probably one of the worst venues I'd ever played.
But
we kept going back.
We only played there once, and we played with a Dark Horse Saloon.
Yeah.
I want to say someone else, but it was fun. But I don't know. It's just one of those mini gigs that just no one really gives a shit about.
Yeah.
Luckily, we do have some good friends that.
yeah.
That came out.
Yeah, there was. I remember there's one show in particular that we did there. I was in Name Brand, and one of the opening bands was this guy, and this white guy and his Asian girlfriend. And I remember just this one song. It was catchy in that annoying Disney catchy vibe, and they were trying so hard to be adorable. He was playing his guitar, and they were shoulder to shoulder, and she was playing a toy xylophone, and it sounded like dog shit. And I just remember sitting there drinking my beer, and it was before our set. They were opening for us, and I remember just, you should boo them.
Oh God.
And so when they finished their song, there were people that were casually polite clapping, and I was just Boo! Boo! That was awful.
No.
I never want to see that again. I hope you break up.
Is it almost as annoying as this? Because this stupid loop has been stuck in my head for like 48 hours.
Silence? Okay.
Yes.
I just want to comment that it's very bizarre for me.
This has been stuck in my head for like 48 hours.
I wish it was this.
And I had the time to actually make a loop of this.
I wish it was this. I'm going to go home singing. La, 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 la.
We're still going.
Right. It's never over.
It's like 4 shitty years later.
Right. So a man standing in front of his house as it burns to the ground, and this is just playing.
Sir, your wife didn't make it out of surgery.
Sir, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's cancer. It's inoperable.
The second tower just came down.
The sun is actually imploding, and the Earth is going to be dead in 3 days.
99% of scientists say global warming is real.
Turns out God has come back down, and as it turns out, the Namibian tribe that worshipped a tree frog were right.
It's literally the fucking apocalypse. Jesus Christ. That has been stuck in my head.
That sounds terrifying, and like that would drive you to borderline insanity.
It will drive you to the brink of insanity. There's no question.
What's gonna kill me is, like, I don't know, tonight at like 9:30 when I'm a couple cases of beer in, and I'm like, what was that song that Devin was playing? I gotta fucking find it. How do I Google search la 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 la?
Well, I can do you that solid. Smile DK. Petite Love. And actually,
I'm writing it down.
Since I played that, it turns out that that's a remake of a song. And it gets
what?
It gets weirder.
Oh,
apparently this is
here's something that's like randomly off topic, I know, but do EDM musicians
go on?
Do EDM musicians have like engineers? Do they record like the way actual musicians record, or do they just sit at home with Audacity and just, you know, do their thing?
I mean,
I feel like the engineer that did this was
brilliant.
just like, I can't wait until this session is over because I'm gonna go home and then swallow a shotgun.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, can we go back and do the real quick, because I feel like that third wasn't just on point enough.
My laws were not on point. I don't know why
Right.
I'm talking like Donald Trump. Trump just won the election.
Clinton just won the election.
Bernie Sanders never really had a chance. What's Aleppo?
Oh God.
Yeah, that was a bit of a gaffe.
Yeah. You know,
I mean,
I don't know. I like how it's still playing in the background. That's great.
That's where the insanity comes in.
Yeah.
Serenity now. Insanity later.
I don't. I got nothing. I'm sorry.
So, I thought I was here for.
I'm just thinking. I was playing video games earlier. I was playing Darksiders 2.
Uh-oh.
I know you have a sweeper for that.
Oh, it's been a while. Let me blow the dust off.
Big Apple, 3 a.m.
I must train harder.
You need cold beer? Cold beer?
Video games.
Legit, my favorite sweeper of yours.
I mean, I do have a Tom Cruise one.
What?
Okay, well, now
we'll talk about that later. I was playing Darksiders 2, which I know it's from like 2012, but it's still one of my favorite games.
Just make sure that at some point you reference Tom Cruise so I can play this.
Okay.
Because now I really want to.
All right. And all I keep thinking of is the if you haven't played it, the character Death. I mean, he's got two sides and he's killing a whole bunch of people, and he's just walking dramatically towards killing another person, and all I hear is la 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 la. And every time I kill someone, I'm like, man, like. I'm gonna kill this pus-spewing demon.
What do you mean it can't read the disc? What the fuck?
Fuck you, PlayStation 3. And then I kept thinking to myself, if this was Tom Cruise, this would be so much better.
Did someone say Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise?
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that because, here at the Pretend Radio Studio, we love Tom Cruise.
Yeah?
I didn't shoplift the pootie. Guy Coke! Wow. It's more than a dress. That's not a Hepburn movie. Les Grossman. I love you. You complete me.
My name is Jerry McGuire. Something just isn't right. Chemical imbalance.
Now shut the fuck up and let me do my job.
You gotta understand, I really care about Brooke Shields.
Now, I couldn't tell you exactly why that happened.
Right, yeah. It's a thing.
No idea. I guess.
And it's there.
I guess Frank and I
appreciate it for what it is.
We really talked about Tom Cruise a lot, so to the point where
I don't remember if you did or not.
I mean, we must have.
I mean, clearly you had to.
There's really no reason for that to ever exist.
Right. It's not like in randomly episode 6, Frank was like, "Hey, I really like Tom Cruise.
Like Tom Cruise, and I got diabetes."
Shut up, Frank. Stop making fun of my diabetes.
Frank, if you're listening to this,
you're a piece of shit.
Sit down. You sit down. Justin here, his child, his wife, he's got shit to do, but he's here.
I do things.
He is here. Now, okay, I know life has changed. Life changes. Goes round and round. Right. This big old world, this blue marble we're on. But
what's going to happen when you're on your deathbed and you're saying, I could have been on Pretend Radio a lot more, but I was doing other things.
Damn you, Tom Cruise! God damn you!
as I was leaving, I was like, "Oh, bye, honey. I'm gonna go drink beer with Devin and talk shit." And she was like, "Okay, have fun. You know what'd be fun is if Frank was there." I was like, "Yeah, but he's not gonna because he's a piece of shit.
He won't be there because he's a deadbeat dad." Frank Taylor,
Deadbeat dad.
It's like,
Next on the Hallmark Channel.
do you know where your Frank Taylor is? Well, you should, because he will rape you. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna have to get him a stepladder or something, and he's gonna rape me.
Just come at me like you're some crazy sort of raper.
Right.
This is called playing possum. So I guess since we've been kind of alluding to the fact, let's just somewhat talk about this election. We don't have to get into some serious political debate because this is where people go for their politics.
Right, yeah. Anybody who's coming here for their politics, their vote was wasted after all. I don't. It's jokes are always made. On both sides. Donald Trump, his hair, Hillary Clinton and her fucking emails, and legitimately, I've never been.
Son of a bitch, I'm sick of these dolphins.
More or less, yeah. I've never felt like I've legitimately had conversations with my wife like, we could move to Toronto.
Did someone say Toronto? You have piqued my interest here.
We have, because of this direct election, we have legitimately looked at, trying to get citizenship in Canada. Toronto is, one of the places that I would rather live, just because it's close to where I'm from, Detroit.
Because it's amazing.
Well, yeah. Also, yeah.
So you're telling me that you thought about leaving the United States?
I have thought about leaving the United States.
How are we going to build this?
Everything was going great until he thought about leaving the United States. He's about to find out that love is everything.
You were dead than be a fucking faggot.
Well, yeah, because why not?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, listen. I've made no secret that I'm not voting for either of the two major parties. I'm voting Libertarian. I've been a registered Libertarian for a while.
I'm gonna take a pillowcase and fill it full of bars of soap and beat the shit out of you.
I get that a lot. You're not the first person to tell me that today. I was actually at the gas station. This one was like, "Hey, you should vote for Clinton." I was like, "Hey, you should vote for Gary Johnson." He's like, "Does he not know what Aleppo is?" And I was like, "Hey, it's fucking president, not a geography contest, you dipshit asshole. Fuck you. I hope you die." And he hit me with that, and I was like, "Well, all right, man. That's fair."
That's actually the bumper sticker on my car.
But I've made no secret I'm going to vote for Gary Johnson. He's a libertarian. I feel like more of my political views lean more towards libertarian, just because leave me the fuck alone. I'm going to leave you the fuck alone. Yeah. Why don't we all just respect each other for our differences? We don't have to like it, but they're allowed to do whatever they want. It's America.
Despite all the problems with Hillary, and I'm not a huge fan by any means.
Right.
If Donald Trump was actually Peckers, we're fucking idiots. Why we're talking about politics?
I'm writing in vote dicks.
Cocksucker. Tis.
Just that 12-inch black dildo.
Jeez.
So 4 more years of Obama.
I was actually trying to make somewhat of a poignant.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
Point,
please.
But okay, so despite Hillary, I'm not a huge fan of her.
Right.
But what do you think the world would be like? Let's just say Trump gets elected, because that is that's that could be a little. Oh boy.
I feel like no matter what, neither one of them are going to get anything done. It's no secret that the Republican Party hates Donald Trump, which makes me happy because it's destroying the Republican Party. So,
that's fantastic. I think like when Bernie was still in the race, I think I wrote something about just like what is the Republican Party doing? I was like, actually no, fuck it, let him burn it to the fucking ground.
Yeah.
Because
neither one of them is going to get anything done.
Yeah,
I mean that's the bottom line, because Congress and the Senate, I hate both of them equally, and they're not going to let them do anything.
It's so ridiculous, like how much special interest is in the whole process. Like, where nothing will get done. They're like, okay, this could actually, and this is a hypothetical bill or whatever is being proposed. Mm-hmm. So it's not just like, you fucking libtard.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that term, by the way.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, but it's just like, so this could actually maybe help the country or help people, but because it doesn't exactly fall in line with my the pecking order that is follow the money trail,
right? Yeah.
So I'm gonna go against it,
right?
That's like, yeah, my daughter's dying of cancer, but I voted against cancer research.
Right.
I mean, I just kind of made that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure there's a million examples of something.
The thing that really gets me is that there are a handful of platforms that Donald Trump has actually mentioned very late in the race. Most recently, I think it was a constitutional amendment
Jews.
Kill the Jews. He wants to make an amendment to have term limits for all Senate and Congress, which I'm very much I can get behind that. And if you had started your race for presidency with that, as opposed to fucking Mexicans are sending Mexicans over and they're all rapists and murderers,
they're sending all our rapers.
Yeah, if you would have started with that and actually came at me with a well thought out and legitimate platform, I probably would have at least considered seriously voting for you, as opposed to, well, you act like a child, so
they call me Mr. Pussy Grabber.
Yeah, I can't get with that. I'm sorry, dude. I got nothing.
And is that Billy Bush of the Bush family?
God, I hope so. I really hope so.
I think it is. It's like the forgotten Bush.
Billy.
I mean, like, Jeb sucks. Like, he's just such a fucking dud.
Yeah.
Which, like,
and George,
his campaign was so sad.
Mm-hmm. It's just absolutely awful. But I whenever I think about the Bush family, like, I think, well, there's George H. and his wife Barbara, and they're looking upon their three children,
and they barely know what's going on at this point.
And there's George Dubs, who they probably call Dubs.
Dubs.
And then there's Jeb, who's like the middle brother, who's like, okay, yeah, you're doing okay. I mean, we're proud of you, but you're not president.
You're blander than a saltine, but
yeah, you're like mayonnaise. You're just kind of there.
It's like you're not even an aioli. You're just
right.
You're just Miracle Whip, really.
Yeah, and then there's Billy.
Anyone says they like Miracle Whip is just out of their fucking minds.
Those are the worst kind of people, and they are what's wrong with America.
It's like, it's not chocolate milk, it's a chocolate drink.
Right, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck does that mean?
It's like putting Nesquik in water. That's fucking disgusting.
It's like, and then we'll just reduce it down to nothing.
Right, yeah. I made the mistake one time of getting Miracle Whip. It's like, it's the same fucking thing, and I made some tuna. It's not the same fucking thing.
It's weird.
I threw everything in the kitchen away because it was close to the Miracle Whip. Because I just can't handle it. I just can't do it.
I just imagine you take one bite and then you're like, you become enraged and just like the Hulkster thing. You just like rip like the refrigerator door off and just like start tearing the place down.
That's when the la 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 stops. That's when it stops. There's one thing that makes it stop, and that's Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip? This is shit. What is this?
See, what exactly is it supposed to be? Like a mayonnaise
I guess a mayonnaise substitute, but
what's it made out of? It's mayonnaise like
Miracles.
It's
the body of
actually ground whips.
Yeah, it's made of whips, miracles, and the body of Mother Teresa and the Pope.
And it also has Obama's birth certificate in there.
It's Barrio's brother.
Which, okay, I don't know how we went from Jeb Bush to Miracle Whip. But the thing I do love about Trump is he is such a fucking narcissist that even if there is a relentless avalanche of audio proof of what he says, he's like, I didn't say it.
Yeah.
And it says like,
didn't happen.
Like, no, actually, you did.
You did.
Wrong.
No.
Wrong. I didn't even watch the last debate because
I watched the first debate. I was a little curious because I wanted, obviously I want to feel like a well-informed voter. So I watched the first. I missed the first probably 20 minutes of the debate and tuned in and I was like, okay, let's watch this. And they were talking about the murder rate, I think. And Hillary Clinton was speaking, and she was like,
I will murder so many people.
Well, she was like, well, and actually, as opposed to my opponent's comments, the murder rate has gone down. And he just chimed in, no, it hasn't. No, you're wrong. And I was like, this is what we're doing?
It's like, just because you say it's wrong doesn't actually make it true.
Yeah. and I feel like and if you go on social media, it just makes it worse because
it's so sad.
Everybody on social media who makes an opinion known about one political party or the other, they're already sold on whoever they have.
That's why I'm just sitting back here, just like.
I'm in the voting booth, voting Gary Johnson. Just hearing la 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 la.
I think
Aleppo, that's a dog food, right?
I feel like when he got asked that question, like it was just like.
He might have been high, man. I don't know. He's a very big proponent of marijuana.
I don't know what to think of him because he's been doing some goofy shit lately. Like that interview he did with like, it was like biting his tongue, and I don't really know what the point of that was. Like
I equate it to like I equate it to people expect politicians to act a certain way and to be proper and I'm above reproach, which is probably why when like a guy gets his dick sucked in the Oval Office, it's way more important than like say
dick sucking sweeper now.
Right. And
I was just waiting for you to say it.
But whenever someone is very much not the typical politician, which in all fairness, Donald Trump is not the typical politician.
Don't lie to me.
But Gary Johnson's not a hateful piece of shit. People jump on it, and they don't have anything to jump on his record, so they're going to jump on anything they can and just blow everything out of proportion.
Well, it was just, my mind just went to mush right there. But the clip I'm talking about is like on the bench with a reporter.
Yeah.
And he starts talking and then it's like biting his tongue and trying to say something. And I'm not saying like that's should disqualify him for anything, but
Right.
it was just like, what were you trying to achieve in that moment? I don't know. It was fucking weird.
I don't know.
And that's all I'm saying. It was weird.
Maybe he had a joke that was totally inappropriate, and he was like, "No, I'm not gonna say that joke."
Oh, Mr. Pussy Grabber.
Maybe he was drunk. I don't know. You know, to tell you the truth, if he just came out one day and was like, "Every interview I've ever done, I've been loaded, just absolutely loaded," I would fake several identities and use all of them to vote for Gary Johnson.
Like, what's the deal with the Jews?
Muslims. Wah, wah, wah.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
But I don't know, man. It's a weird time. It's a very weird time. Like, everybody is very passionate about their side, and I appreciate that, and I semi respect it until, you know, oh well, here's video. I'm pretty confident that you could come with a video that's very clear of either candidate curb stomping a kitten to death, and they'd still be,
fuck yeah,
no, that kitten was probably a terrorist. It's CGI.
Yeah,
You know, people are pretty. I think a large majority of people are either sold on one or the other, and no matter what,
well, it's kind of like
they're going with them.
You know, like all the quote unquote undecided voters is like,
Yeah.
I'm like, if you haven't made up your mind, like either way, it's just like, I think it was John Oliver, because he's fucking hilarious.
He is,
but it's like really, like, where did you come from? Like, where it's just like, I don't know, this Donald Trump guy. What's he about? Hillary Clinton. Ooh, who are these people?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So, but what do you actually would go down if Trump were to win? Because we all know what is going to happen if Hillary wins.
Nuclear war with Russia.
What is it? Who's still fucking Russia? Enough with goddamn Russia.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we'll talk about that later, I guess.
But like, if Trump were to actually win, and you know, some people will say like, well, the whole system's rigged and Hillary's gonna win. Which, I mean, over the two, she probably should.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine if she said some of the stuff that Trump has said?
Yeah, it would be a shit show.
Like,
for sure.
how did it get to the point where Trump can just say the most outlandish, awful things, and people are just like, "Oh, he's just being Trump."
Yeah, he's a maverick. Woo!
Or it's like,
bang, bang, bang.
Or I think it was like the Daily Show. They went to like a Trump rally, and they were asking if, because Trump says the election is rigged, and
Unless he wins.
Unless he wins, it's like,
Right, yeah.
well, then how does that work?
Right.
Just like the lack of logic or rationality behind saying
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, like, I'm a fucking moron. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
But
I can attest to that. You're pretty stupid.
I am dumb. And all right, that was the podcast. I'm gonna go in the bathroom and cry. But yeah, just I don't know, just the lack of any sort of critical thinking when you get behind shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
And I feel like
how did it get to this point?
I feel like that's what draws a lot of people to him. You know, they're tired of the very bland, almost Miracle Whip like politicians that are, you know, oh, we're gonna take back Washington, as opposed to Donald Trump, who's just, you know, fuck these politicians. They're all fucking assholes. You know, fuck you and fuck you. I think that's what draws a lot of people to him, is that he just says what's on his mind, no matter how dumb or inane it may be,
or
and
racist or
unrealistic.
misogynist.
Yeah. So I think that's what a lot of people are drawn to, and Hillary Clinton's like, she's the Megazord Democrats. She really is. She's very bland, and there's nothing spectacular about her.
Yeah.
Whereas Barack Obama,
but she's been groomed for this position.
Yeah.
Like, this has
been like 16 years in the making.
Yeah.
You know,
And
George W. Bush through Barack Obama. You know, at some point you knew that she was going to make a serious run of the White House. She's just, there's nothing spectacular about her.
no,
you know?
but
George W. Bush has 9/11 in his response, good or bad. Barack Obama has the Affordable Care Act, good or bad.
yeah, and also Bin Laden.
Yeah, there's that. He personally went to Afghanistan and shot Bin Laden in the face and then teabagged him and told him his mom
he
to
was
whore.
actually Chris Kyle.
Right. And then
Barack Obama, American
Right.
sniper.
And that's when all the Republican listeners just tuned out. Scott Napier is now just fuck you and your podcast. Chris Kyle is a Jesus.
Well, at least I'm not a Cowboys fan.
Those are the worst kind of people.
They really are.
God.
Yeah, he's probably just drinking his wine, watching him lose. Oh, is Roma hurt again? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh.
Ow, my back.
Scott, I love you. I imagine it's gonna be like 5 years from now, and we'll actually hear this. It's just like, where the fuck did I go? I came out of left field in that one.
That's so topical.
Scott, I love you so much. That's what. It just gets you.
This got really uncomfortable.
Well, we can lighten the mood.
What's the deal with popcorn? It's not corn or pop.
Why do they call it Ovaltine? The jar's round, the glass is round. They should call it Roundtine.
Why are the peanuts so hard to get into? Who are they keeping out of there?
Why are the Mexicans sending us our rapists? They murder people. What's
Russia!
the deal with rape?
What's the deal with poop?
What's the deal with refugees? Don't they have somewhere else to go?
Oh, Syria. I have to pee, actually.
All
So,
right. Well,
I want to talk about Syria.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if you know,
I can leave the door open and shout.
let's try that.
All right, well, let's go.
Well, I mean, I guess if your body has some sort of reaction to consuming liquids, I guess go ahead and do that.
Sometimes.
And that's fine. It's not like we're doing a show or anything. So, our correspondent from the bathroom, how's it going in there? What are conditions like? Are wind speeds? Are anything for
right now?
anything for concern?
No. Wait.
Well, okay. Hold on. You're actually breaking up. I know conditions are not ideal there, so just hang in there, hunker down. The storm is going to be massive.
Huge.
And Godspeed, my friend. You're doing God's work. That's all I can say. And I told you not to go. I told you. Did the levee break again?
The levee broke. I almost slipped on the towel, and that would have been the end of me.
What the fuck did you say about my towel?
There was a towel down there, and I almost slipped and fell on it because I didn't see it.
We had to get down.
Get down. What were we talking about? I know I said I wanted to talk about Syria, but
I mean, we can get into it. This is another topic, as of many, when it comes to pretend radio, that we probably have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
yeah, pretend radio is at least every time I'm on or listen, it's like a sorrow.
basically every
it's a
time.
sorrow. Yeah, it's a sorrow sandwich. It's like happy fun, sorrow, happy fun, end.
I mean, we try to go out on somewhat of a good note,
Right? Yeah.
but well,
Here's my thing about Syria. I think it's absolutely terrible what's going on with the whole country. I'm not going to pretend to know all the politics behind it, but I do know that there are a lot of people that are dying for something that really has absolutely nothing to do with them. And there's a lot of children, and since having a child, like, you know, those
Once again with your fucking
the family,
kid.
yeah, the Family Guy joke is once you have a child, you don't understand. It's legit. Like, you see a little bit of your child in every child that you see something bad happen to, and you know, it makes
let's cut to the chase, okay?
yeah, it makes me a little sad. That being said, should we provide home and shelter to Syrian refugees in the United States if they decide to come here?
And I understand concerns
Yes.
with that, but I also, at the same time, as a somewhat normal human being,
Right.
understanding, like, okay, like, I don't know how all that happened,
Right.
but you're a human being, so
Yeah.
we should try to do something.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that we should turn everyone away.
I want to kiss you, Scott.
That's so uncomfortable. That's the password when the refugees get here. I will kiss you, Scott. And they're like, you're in.
We don't have to touch lips, just tongues.
It'll be like the first time you made out in middle school. Just all tongue.
Just have no idea what you're doing.
I'm not confident in the vetting process that the United States has, because I don't know what it is. Because the reality is that there are people that want to murder as many Americans as humanly possible, whether they're Christian, Republican, white, black, brown, you know, whatever the case. And the people that want to do that are going to go to extreme lengths, and that if that means that they have to pose as a Syrian refugee to get into America, to do that, then they're probably going to do it. Now,
And it's unfortunate because our foreign policy over the past, I don't know, 30
Forever.
years,
yeah,
at least, has really caused some tensions and has caused people, you know, to really become radicalized and
right, yeah,
want to. But you know, most people, you know, on a, you know, just like you and me talking, like we identify as this. We're just trying to get through this. The shit
we're just
storm.
trying to get through this shit show.
Yeah, you know, and
Yeah, with as little feces on us as possible.
yeah, exactly. But it does suck, and you know, especially, you know, if the people that, you know, just constantly watch like Fox News and
Right.
that kind of stuff. Like, it's like you would think that everyone is out to kill us,
Right, yeah. And
But-
murder all 380 million.
but it probably
United
doesn't
States
help
citizens,
when
yeah.
we, you know, drone a hospital
Yeah.
in Syria, or like,
Yeah,
because as accurate as shit gets, there's still room for error,
oh yeah,
and you don't know if your
and-
intel is
right.
100% right.
And there are a lot of people who will say that you know, our involvement in Iraq, Afghanistan, you know, led to an environment that allowed organizations like ISIS to, you know, become a thing.
Well, I mean, do you think that? I mean,
I think it's certainly possible.
I don't.
I
I don't think that taking out. I mean, I'm not saying Saddam was, you know, a cheeky fellow, but
Yeah. Oh, that's Saddam.
oh yeah, oh, it's just Saddam being
Wah,
Saddam.
wah, wah.
But
I mustard gas like 800,000 of my own people.
don't worry about the Kurds.
Wah, wah, wah.
But he probably did not help by any means by just totally stripping the regime, and
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone really had a plan to, like, so okay, we did this, so
Yeah.
what now?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, we're just two idiots talking about foreign policy, but
Yeah, and the constant thing that keeps getting brought up is George Bush flying onto the aircraft carrier.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Well, I mean, what mission? I mean, really, you went over there, and it seems, at least from my point of view, a guy who
This is very disrespectful.
yeah, a guy who has absolutely no political knowledge. Really, I'm just a guy. I'm very common sense. What mission? Like, we went over there, we shot a bunch of brown people.
Iraqi freedom.
Right.
It's like-
Iraqi freedom.
It's like, what does that even mean?
Well,
It's just like,
and here's the other thing, and this is probably where I lose a lot of people. Why? I mean, why should we put our troops in harm's way for the freedom of Iraq? It's not our territory. They are not our responsibility. That is a sovereign nation who is allowed to do whatever they want. And if their people don't like the way that they're being ruled, then they are responsible for an uprising, a revolution.
Then you get the fucking pitchforks.
Yeah. Great nations throughout world history have done it. The Russians have done it with the rise of communism.
I mean, pretty much.
And communism in Cuba. Fidel Castro, he's as powerful as he is because he brought about a revolution in Cuba because he didn't like the way that things were going. And I don't feel that it's our responsibility to build a nation, in that manner. Whoever we put in power, they're going to be viewed as a puppet, right or wrong, of the United States. So, why bother?
Yeah, part of me wants to just get our nose out of everywhere because the United States is everywhere.
Yeah.
But then part of me also wants to be like, well, if we have the means to actually help people to do that, but are we doing like what help are we doing?
Yeah. And I understand that, and I want to help people too. I've been an EMT for 8-9 years. I was
good for you. Okay, good.
Yeah,
good for you.
I'm actually doing things. I was actually on a long conversation.
All right. Well, next time you have some linguine at a restaurant, this guy peeled that garlic.
All right, cool.
Okay, so I'm helping the world too.
It was fucking delicious. That's why I'm fat. But we can't get involved. I feel like we can't get involved into civil wars amongst countries or countries that are fighting for their independence without a clear victory, without a clear goal.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it. The George Bush say mission accomplished. Well, what was the goal? I mean, that was never clear and evident. And I feel like ever since Operation Iraqi Freedom, I use air quotes, there hasn't really been a clear objective for military involvement, and we're just kind of there, And I don't understand.
Well, it's not
that.
A war; it's a conflict,
right? Yeah, and there have been I think 5,000 U.S. military deaths. Which,
it's
going to happen. When you join the military, it's not a cakewalk, and I'm not saying. Oh, well, let's just have him here. And, I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying...
Will Clancy is actually walking down the street listening to this with a cake.
Right, yeah.
It's literally a cakewalk.
He actually may get deployed.
Again?
Yeah, he got attached to a unit that is a rapid response unit. And he may...
Doing what?
For
as much as that you can speak about it.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what his MOS is labeled or whatever it is, but he
cocksucker.
Just dicks. He handles all the dicks. He like the
we're the 123rd Peck of
right. It's like not transportation, but like shipping receiving, like the badass shipping military receiving. I don't remember exactly what he called it, but.
I would like to think that he said it exactly like you just said it.
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad the future of the world is in your hands.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna lift a crate with a crane and freedom.
And I'm just gonna drop it down. It's gonna
UPS delivered 10 pounds of fucking freedom. Signed.
My job is logistics and freedom.
Mm-hmm. the logistics of freedom.
And then when you open that package,
It's a dick.
Dicks, rainbows, confetti.
Right. If he wasn't at the game, I wish he was listening, because this is exactly him and his fiance have asked me to do their wedding.
Fiance.
Ooh. Yeah. They've asked me to do
Sexy
their
time.
wedding. I'm going to be their the justice of the peace, so to speak. And I'm going to tell them that this is exactly how it's going to be. It's going to be just dicks. And do you, cool, awesome. Dicks.
Okay, I know I will go back and find that clip, and that will become a song. Dicks.
DJ Ice Age with his new track, Dicks.
Original mix.
Dicks and balls and 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 dicks and.
If we weren't recording, I would want to listen to that right now.
Right.
Oh man.
There's a guy listening, maybe. It was like, these two are fucking stupid, but that song, that's really good. I like it.
That really moved me.
I mean,
like,
I hate queers, but I like that song.
You're probably like the most creative dude I've ever met.
We're bringing people together, man. That's what we're doing here.
It's my party. You're invited. Oh man. So I don't know how we went from Syria to
Syria and dying children to dicks.
But I do have friends on Facebook, and I've been meaning to just do like a cleanse from Facebook as far as like removing friends.
Yeah.
Because like
this election period has shown me that there's a lot of people that
it's
brought out the ugliness in a lot of people. And
yeah, it gets so weird. Like if you say anything, like if you point out anything about Trump, then automatically it's like Hillary, all these lovely names, like because that makes you sound like an intelligent human being.
Yeah. Hillary. Oh yeah, that's a great word usage. Great wordplay.
Yeah.
You should come up with that on your own.
Nice pun. Where'd you hear that from?
Yeah. Hill and kill, they rhyme. Oh fuck, we should call her Hillary.
Like,
that'll show them.
Guys, don't tell anyone. But I think I have gold. It's Hillary.
Let's call her Hillary. Hillary Clinton. It rolls off the tongue.
We're going viral. My neighbors are like, what the fuck is going on?
Hillary Clinton, dicks.
Boots and pants and boots and boots and boots and pants and
dicks and balls.
Scott, I want to kiss you. I think that might be the title for this episode. Scott, I want to kiss you.
It's either that or la 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 la.
Well, when you're going through Facebook, and I try to avoid the political stuff, I'll post things here and there. Yeah, I was a big supporter of Bernie. I still like the guy.
Yeah, he was a independent senator, I believe,
from Vermont.
Yeah, longest independent senator of all time. He was a senator for 20 years.
Yeah, and
running on an independent party platform. So, good for him. And
if you actually look at his track record, I mean, it's, as far as a career politician,
right?
It's pretty spot on. You put that phone down.
Sorry, my singer's texting me.
Oh, okay, you're a singer. Well,
he's a singer. He's a better person. I mean, let's face it.
I can sing to you too. Justin Watson, Cold Corn Radio. Radio. Okay, that's gonna be a song.
Yeah.
That I know what I'm doing with my night.
Set to the background of Dixon Balls and Dixon Balls and.
Oh, it's gonna get the DJ I Say treatment.
Yes.
Justin Watson, Justin. kiss you.
That's an album name. I'm going to petition whenever Stayne Thee Angel goes back to record. I'm going to petition that the name of the album needs to be Scott, I Want to Kiss You.
I get a brisky, brah.
Yeah, man.
Briska. It's going to be telling my autobiography. Devin Clark, Scott, I Want to Kiss You.
Devin Clark, the Scott, I Want to Kiss You story. Next on Lifetime.
It's like forward by Justin Watson. Well, when I first met Devin, I didn't realize he wanted to kiss Scott that bad. But then we did episode 109.
7 years later, he really wants to kiss Scott.
And they have 2 kids.
Right. And they live in a very lovely house.
I'm not quite sure
in
how
upstate
that
New
happened
York.
because they look like they're Japanese or Malaysian. I'm not quite sure.
I think one of them's black.
I'm not all caught up with my Asians, but
Right.
if anything, I'm going to build a wall to keep them in because I love them.
All the hugs. They get all the hugs.
That's the thing with, I guess, getting back to Trump. It's just like how can you, really, how can you be racist? Because people are awesome. There's so much cool shit out there that by being, I don't know, close-minded,
you limit
you're
yourself.
missing,
You're
missing out on so much.
Yeah,
because
I was talking to my brother about this actually yesterday, and he was telling me a story about we have his best friend for the last 20 years, Diario, who's a black guy, obviously. I mean, there's not an awful lot of white guys named Diario.
Actually, my cousin's name.
Okay, well, good for him, man. That's awesome. That's kind
of weird because he's
that's a
black.
hard name to have. Oh, okay.
Turns out he's black. I'm not sure how that happened. But.
Yeah, there's been a handful of times that we've gone out with him and had, something. We went to my place, Bar and Grill on Bay Meadows Road. Don't ever go there because they're pieces of shit. Me, my brother, and another friend of ours walked in. White guy, no problem. White guy, no problem. White guy, no problem. Dario walks in, and the bouncer all of a sudden wants to check him. And we called him out on it. I was like, "What the fuck, bro? Why?"
Yeah,
what? No. And he legit turned and looked at Dario and did one of these numbers, look at him. I was like, "You can tell your boss why the fuck I'm leaving. Fuck you."
It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
That's a reason why we have, all this racial tension.
Right.
Shit like that.
Yep.
None even have to do with the police, because that's kind of a whole nother issue. But
yeah,
just there is a reason why black people
and for people to.
I feel like I need to finish that sentence because I just ended on black people.
Right.
These black people. No, I mean, there's a reason why black people, Latino people, they do feel that because shit like that happens.
Yeah.
And
to just ignore the fact that it actually happens, I think is the most disrespectful thing.
Oh yeah, you can't act like that. There isn't any systematic racism built in this country. It's not. There's a lot of cool shit going on in America. Eagles, otters are pretty sweet.
Yeah,
we got a lot of those.
Yeah,
but to pretend I was like, oh no, that it's everything is fixed. There's no racial problems at all.
Right? Yeah,
that's definitely not true.
Yeah, you are ignoring the fact that is definitely not the case.
Yeah, when probably 4 times a week, someone gets shot by the police.
Right.
Whether they,
whether it was justified or not.
Yeah,
and
it's still. It seems like there is definitely something going on.
Right.
To put it very simply.
Yeah, and I don't know because I've never been a cop and I've never been a black man. I can't say what it's like for a black man to go through.
I'm saying if I was a cop, I would
life.
Go to Scott Napier's house and I'd arrest him. Oh, I
Kiss
would
him on the mouth. Arrest him.
Oh, I'd arrest him. Oh, you're going downtown. Yeah, like that's like
You know, I'm sure a police officer's job is very tough, very hard. You know, you have.
I wouldn't want to do it.
You have
Fuck
to think.
that.
No, fuck it, absolutely not. You know, you have to
feels
automatically
terrible.
think the worst of somebody just to protect
Yeah.
yourself. So you make sure that you go home.
But also that mindset can really fuck you up.
right. Like how do you turn it on and then turn it off? Like you can't.
Yeah, like if I'm constantly all the time thinking that this person is going to do the worst thing to me possible,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's my
This person wants me dead.
that's my 12 hours of my day, or maybe more. You
Right.
know, who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like that would really mess up your psyche.
Right. And at the same time, like I don't know what it's like. And I want to ask, but I don't want to seem like an asshole. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what it's like to be a black guy living in the United States. You know, I don't know what it's like to go through living in impoverished areas and have to try and go through that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm broke, but if you look around, we're talking to microphones, and,
right? Yeah,
there's a goddamn bookshelf with like 70 video games. Like,
yeah,
the power's on.
Right? Yeah,
the water's running. So
yeah,
there's one thing being broke, and then another thing just impoverished.
Right.
To just be destitute, to have
right.
absolutely
through
nothing.
Decades of
Yeah.
Just systematic racism that's kept you down. So I don't know what it's like, and I want to ask. I've thought a lot of times about posting something to Facebook because that's the best way to communicate.
Yeah,
it's
the
most effective way of communicating.
And you have a good intention on it, but
Right.
it's kind of like one of those things.
You're
that,
inviting just dumb shit.
like it could come across wrong very quickly.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, dude, I'm not living high on the hog, but
Right.
that's like me speaking for like women's issues. Like, obviously, I
Right,
will have
yeah.
no idea what it's like to be a woman at any time
Right.
in my life. It's just not going to happen.
But if you kiss Scott, he'll make you feel like a woman.
You're going downtown.
Well, I feel like I don't know enough about social issues, honestly. Black Lives Matter. A lot of people, all I hear is, oh, well, Black Lives Matter, well, Blue Lives Matter. Everybody's life matters. Yeah, no, I get that. Everybody's life does matter. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm pretty sure that Black Lives Matter does not mean only Black Lives Matter. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that everybody's life is important. They're just trying to bring attention to the fact
Yeah,
that...
you can say all lives matter, which they do,
Right.
without diminishing.
It's not mutually exclusive.
Yeah,
You know what I
without
mean?
diminishing their cause
Right.
as well, because
And
a lot of these
I've-
people in these communities, they're fed up. They're like,
Yeah.
and they just want to be like, "What the fuck is going
Yeah.
on?" And
I've wanted to post to Facebook to ask just a broad general statement. Someone please explain to me the cause and the purpose and the mission statement of Black Lives Matter, because I feel like there's a lot of people that are on my Facebook group that they're a little more well informed than I am. But by doing so, you're inviting Black Lives Matter is a black supremacist group that's based by fucking Reverend who fucking cares, Al Sharpton,
yes, and I'm
to eliminate the white man. Are you come the fuck on? What is that based on?
I'm sure there are some maybe more militant, sectors in Black Lives Matter, but I think ultimately it's just like they're just trying to bring awareness to things are fucked up. There is racism. Like, you can't say there's not racism,
right?
Because it doesn't matter what race you are. You can be racist towards anyone,
right? Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
I feel like the people who point out that, oh, well, this member of Black Lives Matter was a bad person, so all of Black Lives Matter are bad. Are the same people who deny the fact that there might be a handful of cops that are just generally bad people. And
first of all, the whole job is insane. Like,
Right.
like to actually go into that is kind of beyond me. Like, I feel like right off the bat, like, you're somewhat mentally delusional. Cause
Yeah. And there are a little,
and I know
I have a
that
handful
came
of
out
friends
that came
that are
off a little
cops.
wrong,
Right.
Because I'm not one of the people like I'll post punk songs like ACAB, all cops are bastards,
right.
Kind of in jest.
Right.
I'm not a huge fan of police, but I understand that
Right. Yeah.
we do need police.
Right. Yeah. I feel like
And to say
I feel like
otherwise-
police are in a bad spot. They
It's not looking good for them lately.
They're responsible for enforcing laws that I feel like most of them don't believe.
Well, fucking 75%
they're
of them bullshit.
Yeah, they're pawns in something that they can't actually stand behind, and they're in the unfortunate position. I feel like a lot of them just they wanted to be police to make a difference.
I was I was at my mom's house during the hurricane, and we can actually get into that for a minute. But I have like
Hurricane!
super basic cable,
Yeah,
and so I went to my mom's house and was like, "Oh wow, you actually have like real cable." So it was like 3:00 in the morning. I started watching Cops, and then halfway through, it was like, why am I watching Cops? Like, why am I watching a show where people just get arrested? Like, this is like that's kind of fucked up if you think about it.
It's like ruin porn though. Like you just like to see things. Before I came over here, I was watching videos of bullies that got the shit kicked out of them. Sometimes you just like to see stuff like that, and that may be a problem too. But man, there's something really satisfying about seeing a guy that's being a bully asshole getting slammed to the concrete.
Well, that is justified. The one episode I saw, I think it was in Louisiana, and these 4 guys, I don't know, probably early 20s, they got pulled over, and it literally was like maybe 2 bowls of pot in a little baggie, and they all got arrested.
Yeah, that
for it. And
that to me is a joke.
Yeah, like to like
arrest a guy,
especially in Louisiana. Like, Louisiana does not fuck around when it comes to.
I have more room if you want to put some of those in the cooler here.
Oh, thank you, sir. Doing a little beer transaction.
Yep.
But yeah, I was watching that, and yeah, there are like, especially I guess going kind of full circle to the beginning of the show, like domestic violence and
Right.
stuff. Like, yes, that is understandable.
Right. Yeah.
So, speaking of that, going back to your song "Sleep" that we opened the show, that is about domestic violence, and
Yeah.
you guys did a video
Yeah.
for that to raise awareness. So, how did that come about?
We were actually jamming. We were at practice in September, sometime around, and George.
When the cops show up,
I'll kill you, bitch. So
get the fuck out.
So George works sometimes with his. I guess it's his brother-in-law. I guess it's like cousin something. Anyway,
I like to call him
his
forehead.
another friend of ours is he's a professional videographer. He does a lot of videos and stuff. His company does, and they wanted to do something for Domestic Abuse Awareness Month, and they heard our song "Sleep," which actually Darren wrote about his friend who was murdered by her boyfriend. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He's gonna die in jail. Well, which is probably the best place for him.
Okay,
Because,
so he did get prosecuted.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How?
in jail.
It doesn't matter like how bad your relationship gets. I've never been like, I'm gonna murder this person.
Right, yeah. I'm going to literally punch you in
Yes.
the mouth
I will
until
make-
you die.
Eternal sleep.
Right, yeah.
I-
I've never been that mad.
No,
There's a difference between choking them during sex and choking them in real life.
yeah, until they don't move.
Right. But they they wanted to do something for the song "Sleep" because they heard it and they got the backstory about the song, and they asked us about it like late in September when they had a bunch of clients that were in. We all have professional lives, so really the weekends is the only time we can do it. And all of their weekends were booked up, so we decided. George, our other guitarist, is a amateur videographer, and he works for them part time. Mm-hmm. Shooting film and stuff. And he said, "Screw it, we need to do this. I think this is important." So we shot it, and he edited the entire thing.
How'd the shoot go?
The shoot was a blast. It was a good time. Like anything else, when you're with your bandmates, drinking beers and having a good time.
Yeah, it's hard to go wrong.
Yeah. And it was really just fun. Like the whole, I think the whole shooting process took like maybe 6 hours, 8 hours. George spent a lot of time editing.
Oh, the editing is where it's...
Oh yeah, he was pretty stressed about the editing because he wants everything to be perfect. And that's,
and
his personality.
like the thing with editing, especially with something like that, because
because you and I forgot his name.
German Frank's cooking show, yeah,
Yeah.
So I've been messing around with that, and we like have a lot of long takes where because there's no script to it, like they're just kind of riffing,
Right.
It's supposed to be stupid, and
Right. Yeah.
and it's like, well, David, anything you do is stupid, so you didn't have to say that. It's kind of redundant.
Yeah. But I can only imagine that, like, editing.
But yeah, it's just
video
like,
is
should I cut
huge pain in the
here?
ass. Yeah.
Like, it's always like second guessing yourself. Like,
Right.
like where should I cut? Like, should I let this go from here, and then kind of like throwing other elements into it?
Right.
I mean, it's a fun process, but
Yeah.
editing, like the people who like professionally do editing,
Right.
especially for like
How they're not alcoholics, I don't know.
I feel like if you're in any sort of entertainment whatsoever, you probably
You're an
like a
alcoholic.
drink.
Yeah.
You probably like to indulge in some
It's
sort of
just
escape.
Maybe a little sniff of wine and
Yeah. Whether it's drinking some beers after work or choking Scott Napier and kissing him. I wonder if he'll ever hear this.
man, I hope so. But
I can always tag him.
yeah, there you go. So George,
You know what I mean,
spent a
Scott.
lot of time doing that, and George took a lot of the legwork into it.
Yeah.
He contacted the Hubbard House to try and get their attention to it. They've actually responded. There have been a number of other domestic abuse awareness organizations that have reached out to us. We've gotten a lot of feedback from England, Scotland, different parts of the United States.
Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland. My mate was beating me ass, so I stabbed him in the throat. But just people sharing their stories. The one, it was a heartbreaking one actually that we got from England. I read it, and it was a woman who, her and her 2 kids were living in an abusive relationship in their home, and they just decided, you know what, we're better than this, and they fucked off and have been
Fucked
living.
right off.
They fucked right off, and they've been living happily, and not getting punched in the face on a daily basis for the last 3 years, and they just wanted to let us. Just wanted to share their story with us and say thanks for bringing up, an important issue.
Yeah, and I also
and
think,
that's honestly that's the entire reason we did it.
no, that's an amazing thing, and I also think domestic violence.
Domestic violence.
As soon as I said it, I was like, God damn it, he's gonna catch me on that. Domestic violence. It's not only physical. Like, there's so much verbal
Right,
abuse.
yeah.
like mental abuse
Yeah.
to it. So
And the other thing is, it's not just women. There are men who are victims of domestic abuse.
I was in a relationship. She would beat the shit out of me.
But we can only concentrate on one thing and make.
Well, I had
a
60
viable
pounds
product.
on her, so
Well, yeah,
I was like,
there's physical abuse, there's mental abuse.
well, she was both, but yes, like it really is like even like just verbal abuse, just beating you down, just like to make you feel like you're like nothing.
Yeah,
that's, I think, not physically dangerous, but I mean it can fuck you up.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, I just couldn't imagine just like, you know what? Things are going well. Look, like, I had a bad day at work, so I'm going to punch you in the face.
Right.
Like,
honey, I hope the meatloaf's done because I'm punching you no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get that. Like, I don't get that rationale of thinking.
No, it's like looking at a cat and like I'm going to kick that cat.
Yeah.
I was like, why would you do that? It's a beautiful thing.
It's his cat.
Why? Might be an asshole from time
understand.
to time. But
Yeah, so what? It shits on the floor. It's a fucking cat.
Yeah.
I
like how we're like somehow not trying to compare women to cats.
No, not at all. Not even close.
I'm just saying life is beautiful.
Right, yeah. But like I never got the mindset of, as mad as I've gotten at any girlfriend or at my wife.
Oh, I'm sure you've
any
seen
number
red
of-
at certain times.
I've never thought to myself, I have to hit them.
Yeah, it's like
The only resolution to this is I hit them.
And and this is not an excuse for anything, but like it'd be one thing if you just snapped and just like it happened once, but for it to be a continuous thing where it's just like, all right, well, I guess I'm just gonna smack my bitch.
Yeah.
Once again, like
yeah,
and even the first time is totally unexcusable. I just want to clarify that.
Yeah,
point.
right, yeah.
But I could see how.
Yeah.
Like, you just lost your shit and
in a moment of weakness.
And she's
and that's one thing, and that's
at that point she should leave your ass.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Totally. But I think the other thing, and I didn't realize this until we were shooting the video, is that Darren our singer has 2 daughters. Darren. He has 2 daughters. I have a daughter. And George also
Scott
has
Napier.
2 daughters. You have Scott Napier. And our sole responsibility, well, not our sole responsibility, but one of our responsibilities is to teach them that there is not a man alive that puts their hands on you, because I'll bury that motherfucker in my backyard.
Oh yeah, my sister is literally about to have a baby girl.
That's awesome. That's an awesome thing, man.
Yeah, and it's her first kid, and I was having a similar conversation with, I forget who, but it was just like you have a mother, like if you have a sister or like a niece, like how could you be like this?
Yeah.
Like how could you just be such a sexist? Even if you're just saying sexist shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we joke around.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's jokes. We can separate the two of them.
Right.
But just
we can compartmentalize.
Yeah,
this is just a joke.
Well, we're joking as being a piece of shit.
Right.
Who would say that?
Yeah.
But everyone has a mother. I just don't understand how you could have a mom or a sister or anything like that, and just still treat women that way. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's fucking weird.
Yeah,
and disgusting.
It's very weird, and it is very disgusting. And I hate that this is something that I have to teach my daughter. And I hate that this is the thing that has to be discussed. Amongst adult men. Well,
that's why you get her in punk rock.
Yeah. I've met a lot of women through punk rock that are like, motherfucker, if you hit me, I'm going to stab you. I'm going to fucking hurt you. My
risky.
Yeah, man. My brother has my brother and co-host on Cold Corn Radio is.
Let's plug that real quick.
Cold Corn Radio, we're actually not going to be doing a show today. He's a little under the weather, but normally it's sports centered, but for the most part, it just devolves into he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit too. So it's like a sports theme, but we don't.
But essentially, kind of what we're doing here.
Yeah,
right
more
now.
or less. Yeah, we talk about it. We talk about sports through fans' perspective. The Colin Kaepernick thing was something that we discussed briefly.
I didn't really see the big deal about it. I just didn't.
I'm on the same fence. He's exercising his freedom.
And plus, like, I mean, he's like, well, he's like a millionaire. I was like, well, yeah,
I get that.
He fucking worked there to
he worked to get there, but at the same time, he's standing up for what he believes. And, and it's his right. It's his right.
And he also walks a life that I will never know.
Right. But and that's the angle that I took it as, and that's the angle I continue to take it as. But that being said, he has the right to do that, but everybody else has the right to call him a stupid asshole.
Yeah,
I
guess
get that.
Whether it's justified or not, I don't know.
Right.
I guess ultimately it was just like, who gives a shit? Like, really,
more or less.
Like,
more or
who
less.
gives a fuck?
More or less, yeah.
Like,
but we avoid stuff like politics and religion just because that's never.
Yeah. That's why you come over here.
Right, yeah.
Because
that's why I came here. That's actually what I told my brother. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna go do the Pretend Radio podcast." Who's okay, cool. Why? Because we have our own podcast. Well, because I want to talk shit about politics and religion.
Yeah, it's a different format.
Right. Yeah,
it's a different show.
Completely different format.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'll get into sports. I don't know shit about sports.
Right. All you need to know is that the Maple Leafs still suck.
Okay, well, you don't have to crush my heart.
But no, it's just a good time. We just
much
like we're doing here, talk shit. And actually, you're one of the guys that you're a huge reason why we have a podcast.
When I saw that you started the podcast, I was stoked. I was like, yes, like let's get as many podcasts
more
in
of
Jacksonville.
this.
Yeah. Like everyone just needs to keep doing shit like that, and
right.
We can kind of like cross shows and
yeah.
like
I
mix
thought
and match
about.
and just.
I actually thought about doing like a simulcast, like the last half hour of your show.
Oh yeah,
I'd
totally.
Skype in, and you could be a part of the first half hour of our show, and then we just kind of go from there. But then I was like, yeah, but I need to hug my little friend, man. I need to physically feel him.
I think if we do that, it should be in person.
Right? Yeah.
Scott, I'm here. I'm gonna kiss you.
You can kiss Scott Napier on your show, and then we can talk shit about how much the Cowboys suck.
I know it might be a little incestual, but I'm just thinking like a quad kiss kind of deal going on.
Right? Yeah.
Or if you're not into that.
Well, my brother's beard is a lot thicker than mine, so
we can just rub beards. I mean, I'll grow mine out for quite a while.
Okay.
So it's on par.
We can do that.
We can all just rub beards.
It's just gonna.
Yes.
Oh, Scott, your kisses are so tasty.
It tastes like wine.
But yeah, we're 51 episodes in, and
51 episodes, man. So where can people find that?
You find us on the Facebook, Cold Corn Radio. You can find us on MixLR. We have a Twitter that I don't take care of.
I don't have time for Twitter.
Yeah, fuck Twitter. I have it just because I'm like, I feel like that's something our podcast should have. Honestly,
those were the exact same words for me.
Yeah.
It's like I should have this. And I was like, Twitter's not for me.
Yeah, not at all.
That's like Snapchat. It's like I'm too old for Snapchat.
Yeah, I'm an adult, so I don't have Snapchat.
It's like, I'm pushing 30, and I'm trying to get my shit together.
Right.
I don't have time. It's like my friend just sent me a story. It was like,
right, yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I have no
idea. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. It's very weird for me being on this side of doing 51 episodes of Cold Corn Radio and being just a guest who's not in control at all.
Oh, don't you worry about that, my friend.
Like my hand is like, I should play. It'd be really funny if I played.
So, I don't remember if I've asked you before, and if I did, please humor me. Where did the name Cold Corn Radio come from?
I don't think you did, but it's we were coming up with names. We randomly, drunkenly decided, hey, that's
where I make all my best decisions.
Yeah, exactly. We should do a podcast because watching ESPN is garbage, and we should just talk about sports.
I really listen to you guys.
A fan. Hey, whatever.
Whatever.
I mean,
it's
hey,
like hearing your voice.
it's all good. Yeah.
You know,
I do have a soothing voice. It's true.
You never call anymore.
Well, I never called you before.
Well,
All of our interactions, unless face to face, are via text, which I think is a social commentary on life in general.
I just like because you're very short when it comes to text, which works totally for me. But you know how text, it can be taken out of context very easily. Like you can read it.
The Key and Peele bit.
You can just like read it like in your like own voice.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, can you send me the MP3 of the song? You're like, yeah, I'll see what I can do. I'm like, well, you don't have to be a dick about
it. Yeah. Yeah, like literally all my text conversations are like that. I'm like, they might take this the wrong way. Whatever. Oh, we'll see.
But in reality, it's like, yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to avoid you. I actually even typed that out because I read that back and I was like, he might think that I'm trying to pass him off. I'm not trying to pass him off at all.
see when that happens, I go overly enthusiastic.
Right.
I'm like, hey, buddy!
So anyway, so we were talking about names.
Okay. I
was
like, what the fuck were we talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about names for the podcast, and we had some really terrible ones, like football fuck-agains or something like that.
I will say the initial name of this show was Schlitface Radio.
I like it. I like it. You should start a secondary podcast.
Oh, there's still a Facebook page out there.
Nice.
And Facebook's like, yeah, you haven't logged on to this in I don't know how long, so
yeah,
probably gonna delete it.
Yeah.
I was like, that might be for the best.
It's for the best. I was just gonna let it die. Yeah. And he just randomly texted me and was like, "Cold Corn Radio." I was like, "What the fuck is a cold corn?"
Yeah, like what does that mean?
And he explained it. He was, well, a cold corn is a cold beer. That's what we called it when I was working construction in fucking Washington, or where the fuck he was at the time.
I was about to say, where the fuck does anyone call a beer cold corn?
Yeah. He's just like, oh yeah, it's a cold corn's beer. He just, hey, give me cold corn. And I was gonna call him out on this bullshit. And I was like, hey man, no one calls it that. No one calls it that at all. You're a fucking asshole. Except our buddy Scott was like, oh yeah, no,
there's always one
that's
fucking
that's
guy.
exactly what we call it. Was a hey, give me a cold corn.
And
I'm like, okay, well, I mean, yeah, I kind of have to. All right, yeah, that's better than anything I've come up with, because I was going to call it the Brothers Forever or something like that. I don't
you're
know.
tuning into butt fucking radio.
You're tuning into Dicks Radio.
Dicks.
That got shot down pretty quick.
I don't know why. Yeah,
me neither.
I mean, we could start butt fucking radio if you want.
Butt fucking radio. Nice. We're just going to combine the two into one mega podcast. Butt fucking radio.
Goddamn, what was that? the perfect storm. Butt fucking radio. Or, it's not too late, but we could always...
You're listening to 99.9
I lied. This is actually my favorite sweeper.
Stop tugging on your pup and tune into the burr. Do you like funny? Of course you do, shithead. The burr. Your job sucks, your boss a prick, and your wife's a bitch. Grab a beer and listen to 99.9 The Burr. But don't take my word, here's Bob fucking Seger. This is Bob Seger, you listen to Pretend Radio. Bob Seger's running this shit.
That's good stuff. I forgot about that one. That's actually my favorite sweeper.
That's one of those things where it's like, listening back on it, how did that happen? Like, how did I even think about doing that? And,
man, I don't know.
And then Jeremy came over. He's like, he just got on the mic. Oh my God, Ghost! We have Ghost in the studio. And he's
Ghost
like,
doesn't want me to have a comfortable microphone setting. Jesus.
But
I have to call my brother an asshole because he asked me to. He's sick at home. We were going to do the podcast this afternoon. Actually, I was going to leave here, finish watching the game, and we were going to do the podcast immediately after the game. But he's been like throwing up since fucking 3 a.m. So that's not going to happen. And whenever I do a solo show, it's the worst. Absolutely awful.
I came across a file from before Pretend Radio, or it was just me trying to do a solo podcast. Oh my God!
It's absolute garbage, right?
It's on SoundCloud. So I think it's called like Jags, or what the fuck is it called? Like Broads and Jagoffs. It's absolutely terrible. It's like 30 minutes of me just rambling.
Yeah.
And
you're when you were in New York for a little while, I saw a couple of the hot sauce kid.
The spicy eating kid.
I saw one of those and I was like, well,
like Devin's hit rock bottom.
If you have to, I mean, I wouldn't, but it's New York, so
that was out of sheer boredom. And
where were you in New York, by the way?
I was in Sunnyside, Queens.
Yeah,
I was. Mike Arm fucking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fight with it. My
Worst customer is I have to hold it for a minute.
I've decided that I need a bucket list because I'm so old. But one of my it's something that I want to do with over the entire span of my life is watch a hockey game in every major city, or every city that has a hockey team.
Yeah.
And I was looking at New York and the Islanders playing in Brooklyn,
Yeah, and you have the Rangers.
Yeah, in Madison Square Garden. And the Brooklyn Center in Madison Square Garden are stupid close. I think it's like a 20-minute subway ride.
Yeah, it's not too bad depending on the time.
Yeah, so that's why I thought about it. That's it. That's my story.
End of story.
Yeah. End of story scene.
No, it was I haven't been out to where was like the Barclays Center.
Yeah.
So they share with the Knicks. How exactly do they?
It's the Nets.
Or the
share
Nets.
it with the Nets. The Knicks play in Madison Square Garden, I think. I don't know. They both suck. It doesn't really matter.
Basketball's stupid.
Yeah, basketball is a stupid sport.
That's one sport. That and baseball, I can't fucking watch.
I'm right there with you.
But how exactly do they transform, from like a basketball game to like, all right, now we're playing hockey?
I've actually seen like the ground. They call them groundskeepers, but the people that take care of the court and stuff, they have it down to a really exact science. Like they.
Oh, I can imagine.
And I can't speak for Madison Square Garden. But what they'll do is a lot of times they'll leave the court either on and put the ice over top of it, but with like
Really?
like a tarp or like a ultra liquid tight
Yeah.
thing, and then just put the ice over top of it, or vice versa. If the hockey game came first and they have a basketball game immediately after, they'll
That's fucking
leave.
nuts.
Yeah, they'll leave the coolant for the ice, and then just put the basketball court over top of it, obviously with another, like a tarp or something like that, to make sure that the fluid doesn't come out, underneath and slip and fall and everybody dies. But it's actually it's very fascinating to watch, actually. Like the
Yeah, I've always thought about it, especially like Madison Square Garden. And, some of the arenas where they share different sporting events is like,
right.
How do you turn a basketball court into a hockey rink,
right?
And then vice versa, because those are two sports where they play a shit ton of games.
Yeah,
it's not like football where it's like
and parallel to each other too. Like there's not like, oh well, basketball is going on and then then hockey starts. It's hockey starts and then a week later basketball starts.
Yeah, I feel like basketball and baseball are like constantly going. Hockey, like you get that break in what's like October when it starts up.
Yeah, it's the season just started.
Yeah,
I think last week.
So you get that break, but those two sports, like, god damn, like what is baseball like 162 games?
Yeah,
like something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's ridiculous. Why? Like, there's no need for that many games in the season.
Yeah, no, especially baseball.
Yeah,
and
I'm
so sick of this fucking song. I appreciate and respect the romantic idea of baseball, and I wish I actually liked baseball because it seems like something that would be fun to be behind, but it's just such a fucking boring game.
It really is. I'm sure if you're at the stadium, drinking a beer, eating a $30 hot dog, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
But just watching on TV, like,
yeah, no, I can't get behind it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like watching golf.
Yeah,
like essentially they're the same sport, just different ways that they hit the ball.
Yeah, just different ways you hit the ball. Yeah, my sister-in-law is a huge baseball fan. She loves baseball.
Oh, this is like golf. Holy shit.
Yeah. She's gone to every Tampa Bay Rays home opener for the last, I think, like 10, 15 years, something like that. And I always argue with her. I'm like, this fucking sport is so boring. Why do you like this? This sucks. Well, it's the intricacies. I get the averages and this and that. And I'm like, well, okay, well, whatever, man.
Look, Buster, I'm incredibly busy, so why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass?
I mean, you didn't have to be rude, but whatever, dude. I'm out. She also has a bachelor's in math, so I think that speaks a lot to her character.
All right, I guess pushing like the 2-hour mark.
Shit, really?
Fuck. Let's see. 2 hours.
Tell me, Mixelar.
It's like 0 listeners. That's probably what this episode's kind of called.
Whatever.
But that's not the point of a podcast.
No, the point of the podcast is to get together and have fun.
Then you can listen to it whenever you want.
Yeah.
Scott Napier.
You're getting kissed on the mouth. So much.
Oh, is that a little wine on your lip? It's gonna be like a little hummingbird. Let me just get that up.
It's all fun and games until one of you starts breathing really heavy. Just
oh god,
rubbing the other's back like in a sensual but strong, firm way.
Pulling. I'm gonna pull him closer to me.
Just the crotch.
By the smell of your back.
Super uncomfortable.
Yeah, that got weird really quick.
Yeah.
But, alright, this is episode 109.
I did steal the idea of opening with a song and closing with a song from you. So
Excuse me?
I stole the idea.
Fuck did you say to me?
Opening a podcast.
The
with a
fuck did
song.
you say to me? You come to my house?
Yeah.
You come to my podcast?
Yeah. I stole the shit out of that.
And you give me...
Yeah.
Who told you to steal my ideas?
My brother.
Get down.
My co-host. He told me, he said, fuck him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
We are truly fucking idiots.
Oh, yeah.
But, as always, this has been such a fucking blast.
Oh, yeah.
And so, Stayne Thee Angel, Cold Core Radio. Check him out.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we'll see you later.